Hi, everybody out there, either YouTube or Facebook. My name is Sarah, and this is Fame, and famous for when she's in trouble, because she gets in trouble. So, without any further ado, I'm going to get right into it. I just have to remember to look at the camera. This is new to me, okay? I know y'all want to judge me because I should have all this fancy-dancy stuff, but I don't. And I'm just doing a thing. Okay, so what I'm going to talk about today is know what works for you. Okay, today I want to talk about a very, very important issue. Call it a PSA, if you will, public service announcement. Just to give you a slight idea. I was out yesterday walking Miss Fame here with my mother, and we enjoyed taking like little walks and stuff like that, had a good time. And, we came upon this older gentleman who was probably about maybe 65, 66. No offense to anybody in the 60s. Keep living on. Anyway, the point I'm making is that the dog he was walking, believe it or not, folks, it was a Cane Corso. Now, if you don't know what a Cane Corso is, it's an Italian Mastiff. It's a Cane Corso. These are really big dogs, and they're a great dog breed. This is no offense to anybody with their Cane Corso. You know I'm an avid dog lover, and I respect all different types of breeds. To know, like no problem. But this was not the dog for him. And this was not the dog he should be walking. Because I'll tell you, he made that dog look like the scariest things out the gates of hell. And he looked like he could not control it. Like, when these dogs are in attack mode, okay, they look like they carrying like Satan's chariot. I'm not even going to front. So, no harm to the dog, because it's not the dog's fault. You know what I mean? Certain people should own certain breeds. This is not for this individual. And I'd also like to point out that I don't think the dog belonged to this individual. I think his son or daughter or whoever leaves the dog with these folks. So I don't really see this dog very often. And then they take it for walks and stuff, but they have no business taking this thing for a walk. Because the problem is, her name was Misha. It's either Misha or Mira. For the sake of the story, I'm going to call her Misha. So me, my mother, and Fame were walking by. And Misha apparently has dog aggression. And this gentleman is holding the dog for dear life. And holding this dog. And the dog's even got a pinch collar. If you don't know what a pinch collar is, it's these collars that have the spikes in them, and you have to know how to use them properly to make sure that it actually reacts for the dog. Some people are against them, some people are not. Let me tell you something, if this dog was not wearing a pinch collar, I would probably be in a stretcher today. With that being said, we're passing the dog, and the dog obviously starts to react. Now, just for the sake of the conversation, I believe I should give you all a visual of what kind of dog this is. This is what Misha looks like. Look at it, y'all. Look at it. Like I need you to take this in. Because if you ain't taking it in, even the most avid dog lover, okay? If you're coming up upon this, and it looks like a good 100 and some odd pounds, and it's going mad with the drool hanging like that, you see that? That indication right there? And going at you? You would run and pray to Jesus that it wouldn't catch you. Okay? So that's what we're dealing with. That's an Italian Mastiff, Cane Corso, ears cropped, the whole thing. God bless him. But the dog was on duty. Okay? After a marshmallow. So now, because of my experience with dogs, I just kind of... You have to remain calm and walk just by the dog while he's doing this, And of course my dog was calm because she don't want it. She don't want no problems. She don't want no problems. Don't want no problems. So we're walking past the individual, And he's like, Misha, why are you mad? She's your friend. I'm like, dude, that dog is not about being friends with anybody but you. Okay? It is in attack mode and she is ready. Okay? Drool coming. Big jowls. Like, dude, you just pass out if you were scared of dogs, straight up. You'd swear this wasn't my bed. Anyway, I'm gonna deal with that after because truthfully, I don't. Yeah. Anyway, he's coming up with this dog, and now there's another dog across the street, and we're like, oh God, we gotta pass this dude again. Oh Lord, right? So this dude has another dude across the street with his dog, and so Misha starts going off at the dog across the street, but we coming up on the same side as Misha. But the two of them don't move. They just keep, he keeps standing there. He don't encourage the dog to go forward. And the other dude don't encourage his dog to go forward either. So of course Misha's getting charged up like a renegade battery. I digress. So of course we start coming up and we're walking up. And there's a gentleman there at his house and a lady friend neighbor that's there with her baby in the carriage. And here comes Misha. Misha is coming up towards me and Fame. And Misha decides she's getting ready. She's getting deezed in, doing the whole diesel thing. I'm like, oh man. But being the avid dog person I am, I'm like, yo, I gotta stand my ground. Just stay on your side and do what you gotta do. Does the dog not pull this man over? And does this man not fall from grace onto the ground? When he falls, what's going to happen next. Dropping a leash. Let me tell you, it's about 3 o'clock, and there's a school there too that's letting out a whole bunch of kids. Misha's charged up from her previous engagement with the dog across the street. But that wasn't the end of it. He falls, and the lady and the dude that's standing there proceed to try to help him up as he lets go of the leash. But as she's the lady that's there helping to take up the dude, the baby in the baby carriage starts rolling into the street. It was like, I can't. Now, Misha is in shock for a minute because Mr. Dude just went down. So this is the moment you have like 5 seconds to react to do something else before Misha goes back into attack mode. So of course I'm saying to my mom, take Fame and go up the street. I'll hold the baby carriage. The other gentleman grabs the dog's leash and is holding the dog. Now, my mom goes up the street with Fame because obviously Fame's got to get out of the area because as soon as Misha comes to, it's going to be, she going to be cane corso meat. So, the gentleman's holding the dog, and he looks like he's holding it pretty well. And I'm holding the baby in the carriage, and then the lady comes, and she's like, oh God, there's too many things at once. The man's falling over, he's letting go of a crazy dog, and the baby's rolling into the street. Oh my God, it's getting crazy. Anyway, so, the dude's holding the dog, and I'm like, oh, you secure. He's like, I'm scared! I'm like, what? He's like, I'm scared. Like, I'm scared. Because he's holding Misha, man. He was like, oh, you want me to take the dog? Because from my background and history, I will, probably manage the dog a little bit better than him freaking out. As the lady's trying to still help this dude up and deal with the baby carriage. And the dude's just getting up. I don't know why Misha pulled me like that. She always do. She's such a sweet dog. Let me tell you something. Had Misha gotten away from that dude, 1, Misha would start trying to eat my dog. 2, I'd have to try and kill Misha. 3, she could have avoided the dog and tried to kill a kid because there's kids everywhere. The point of my story, guys, the point of my story is strictly this. If you have a dog that is menacing big, like big, and has attack tendencies, and you know you can't control it, let me tell you, do not attempt to keep that dog with you. This gentleman fell over and let the dog go. Phew. The dog is a beast. No offense. But I'm sure she's nice when she's in the house and she's lovable. But right now, she's acting like a rabid animal. And it's scary as heck. So let this be a lesson to y'all. Stay in your lane when it comes to breeds. If you can't take care of a certain dog, don't have it in your possession. Don't tell somebody you'll take care of it, because that thing was scary. Okay? And till this day, I don't think he's going to make sure that they don't walk it or tell his son that maybe this ain't the dog for them. Because if you're not going to train a dog like you can't own something like that. Do you know what they use that dog for? They use those dogs to hunt wild boar. Do you know what wild boar looks like? Tusks, the whole thing. All right? They ain't as friendly as Pumbaa from Lion King, okay? Those things will tear your face up. Yeah. Master Pig. Mess you up. They use those dogs, sometimes, to hunt them. Which means, Misha Strong. Misha would take out a child and not think twice. You have to have those things under control. If you don't, it's not a service to the animal, and it's not a service to anyone around. So this is a PSA to let y'all know. Don't walk around with a loaded gun. If it ain't for you, give it to someone else who can manage it, or do right by the dog. Do right by the dog, because Misha just thinks she's doing what she's supposed to do. She thinks she's supposed to protect you, and that's what's going on. So this was my PSA to tell you about people and big attack dogs. Please stay in your lane, know what you own, and keep everybody safe, happy, and healthy. This has been your PSA from Sarah and Fame, who's hiding in the background. Check yourself. This has been an edition of What the Hell Were You Thinking Wednesday. Peace. Know what you own.